All right, good morning, students. I want to go over this assignment here. It's the project. Uh, it is due on May 25th. It's being assigned today, so you have many days to do it. It won't take you too long, but there are some things you have to do beforehand in order to get it going. The very first thing, you have to download Google Earth onto a desktop or a laptop. If you don't have access to a desktop or a laptop, if you've been doing all your work on an iPad, you have no access to this. You have to give back to me right away because I'm going to have to come up with something else for you to do. But I feel like everyone here probably has a laptop or desktop. That's the first thing. You download Google Earth and you'll come here. Basically, you're in the program. All right. The very first thing you're going to want to do once you're in the program is, well, just have a basic understanding of how it works. So what Google Earth is essentially layers of data. And all those layers are over here. You can see my places. Down here are all the layers. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn off everything except terrain. So terrain has to be on. Everything else should be off. Even like over here, if you go to view and go to over here, the only thing that should be on is the atmosphere. I would say leave that on, but everything else should be off. Okay. That's the very first thing you have to do. The next thing you're going to have to do is import the 3 files, which are locations in the United States that I found. And you have to get them into the program. And that's really simple. You just click on the file. It'll open up in Google Earth. And you'll see it. That file will also be over here. You'll see it populate probably in temporary places. Somewhere over here. Okay? And you can click it on and off. Now, you obviously want it on. So you're going to download all 3 locations. There are 3 locations that I want you to look at. And let me show you how to actually look at them. Because if we go to the instructions here, if we go to the actual assignment, we open it up. It's going to set, put your name in, right? Obviously. It says navigate to the pinned location, Alexandria Bay, New York. It's a very pretty place. If you ever get a chance to go someday, Alexandria Bay, it's very, very pretty. So, and it says enter street view. So let me show you how to do that. You basically zoom in, and actually I'm doing this by right clicking and pulling down. So when you right click, this shows up. And then when you push the mouse or pull the mouse down, you zoom in. And then to click around, it's just point and click. I'm just clicking and dragging. That's basically. You can also come over here and do it like this. You can use the plus and the minus, or you can drag this. Anyway, so that's how you use Google Earth. I suggest you play around with it. It is a lot of fun. So we're going to this location here. You've actually seen this before in a lesson. All right, so how do we get to Street View? We got to take this little dude over here. It says drag to enter Street View. We have to bring him over to the pin, but notice how there's a blue line that shows up. You want to place him on the blue line. All right, we're in Street View. Once you're in this view, you're now looking at what I want you to look at, which is a bunch of rocks. And you've actually seen this before. Here's the other side of the street. Notice how it's, they're actually pretty similar. Anyway, so once you're at this location, you can zoom out a bit. You can zoom in. Not too much. The photograph isn't that amazing. And you can click and drag around. I'm just clicking the screen and dragging around. Right? It's a 3D panoramic view. And once you're here, you open up the Google form and you do what it says. Describe what you see in the rocks located in the upper section of the road cut to the rocks located down in the lower section. So I'll just give you a hint. These are the upper section rocks. This is all upper section. and these are the lower section. This side's probably better though. Okay, this is the upper section. In fact, this whole part is the upper section. And then this is the lower section. So there is a very clear difference between these two rocks. Okay. And then there's a question here. And then the last thing I want you to do, and you're going to do this for every location, I'm giving you 3 locations to look at. I want you to take a screenshot. Well, you don't have to do a traditional screenshot. In Google Earth, it allows you to do it. So you orient the photo how you want. Okay. You go to File, Save, and Save Image. Okay. If you want, you can actually add in, I mean, you don't actually have to add these things in. You can go to Map Options, and you can turn off, I mean, actually, scale is probably a good thing to have on there. Compass, you don't necessarily need, I guess actually you could leave compass in there. Title and description, yeah, call it something. What should you call this, right? Find something to call it. You can just go in there and edit it. And then write a description. You know, what is it that you see? You can write a description, all right? Once you're done doing all that, you just press Save Image. And then save it on your computer. And then upload that image. I also suggested if you can do some basic photo editing, you can even add in some annotations. So in this case, this is the Great Unconformity exposed at Alexandria Bay, New York. You know, maybe you can do some simple photo editing and show me exactly where in this image do you see the unconformity. It's also on this side too. It's pretty obvious. Okay, so that's the first location. I guess I'll just take you to all the locations. I might as well, right? So that's the first location. You go to Sidling Hill in Maryland. I'm just zooming in. And same thing. I take my little dude. Oh, actually, I have to take this off. Sorry, you have to press X to get out of that. All right, take a little dude here. Drop him right on the blue line. All right, and we're here now. Okay, and what I want you to look at is this. Ooh, the sun looks so pretty. You can even go down the road if you want a little bit and look back. You know, that might help too. Okay. So you're looking for something here. Looking for shapes. You could probably go even farther back to see it even better. Maybe from a distance you can see it. I mean, all of this is part of it though. All of this. Yeah, you can see it very nicely. All right. This feature is actually so large, you don't even have to be in Street View to see it. You can actually see it right here from the satellite photo. If you look at what this actually is, it's a road cut. So they blasted through with TNT this entire area. And what is it? It's a mountain. It's a hill. You can see how the hill is right here, and they just blew it up. It's kind of insane, actually, if you think about that for a second, that this was actually done. Anyway, so check that out. There's some questions there. All right. How would you describe the shape of the rocks? What is the feature shown here? What kind of plate boundary formed this? You know, what kind of plate boundary could have formed that? And then take a picture of it. You know, take a photograph. The last place you're going to go to is the Grand Canyon. So that's in the southwest. Okay. Zoom in. The Grand Canyon's huge. I'm just taking you to one very small part. Now this one's a little finicky. To get the blue thing to form, you actually have to stand kind of far away. And then there it is. There, it's actually on the river. This is actually pretty cool. Google went into the Colorado River and took some images. Yeah, I guess, you know, there's the crew taking pictures. Anyway, so this is a section of the Grand Canyon. Truly amazing. And what you're looking at is right here. Basically, all of these rocks here and these rocks over here. All right. Yeah, pretty cool. There are some questions on that. Just 3 questions. Upload a screenshot of what you see. There's actually an unconformity in there. There's actually an unconformity. You have to look for it, though. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Okay. All right, and that's basically the project. You fill this out, do this. It's kind of a virtual, tour, geology tour. Again, really, really small. You're all going to 3 locations. I just kept it simple. All right, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know.